for, because while you're carrying these, there's my winner. Absolutely love. Texas. We flew from Manchester to London. We flew from London to Dallas. We flew from Dallas to McAllen, and then we were meant to have a car, but you needed a credit card. Neither one of us had a credit card, couldn't get a debit card, so yeah. We're not getting Uber for her, which is fine. But I'm kind of glad that I brought my own tan. Because it means that I'm going to be able to just do my own tan here without going backwards and forwards from the venue as well. So that's another benefit to doing it here rather than doing it there. But I just saw the list for who I'm going to be competing against, and to be honest, it's just going to take a little bit of like getting used to, in terms of, well, I actively don't look on social media for who's going to be doing my show. And I've done that since I was an amateur as well. So now to be in a situation where like it's kind of like just pushed onto you is like a weird one. Because I really do try my best to just disengage and just turn up and just whoever's there is there. But at the end of the day, like, this is the beginning of a whole new chapter. Like, I need to accept the fact that the girls I'm competing against are next level. You know, the kind of the publicity of it, everyone's opinions, like all of these things are going to come into play now, and no matter what, I just need to make sure that I speak not just kindly to myself, but to like speak confidently to myself. So I really want to be able to say I am going to be the best one day. Like, I want to be able to say that with my chest, and without saying like, I would really like to be, but you know, if it doesn't happen, like I'm not doing that anymore. It's a defense mechanism, it's a safety blanket, and I don't need it. Like, I'm making sure that I'm putting in the work to achieve the things that I said I want to achieve, and so I will. But yeah, it's just seeing all of those names and seeing that there's Olympians in there, previous Olympians for this year, girls that have done show to show, like, it's gonna be intense. But like, this is why I've literally flew to the other side of the world, because I want to stand on stage with the best. I want to be compared against the best, so I can see how far away I really am, get the feedback and take it into an off season. So that is literally what I'm here for. I would have been disappointed really if I'd turned up here and you know, the competition wasn't stiff. But I'm doing pretty much the last 3 qualifiers before the Olympia. I know the last 2 I'm doing is the last qualifier of the Olympia generally, but for wellness I'm pretty sure this is the last 3. So, you know, the girls that are phenomenal that I won in that Olympia qualification are going to be at these shows, and it was just the perfect time of year. Not if you want to try and slip a sneaky one into the Olympia and just, you know, make sure you get a spot. These aren't the shows to pick, but in terms of seeing where you truly fit, I'll never pick a show just because I think it's going to be an easier ride at this stage. I really, really, really want to be at the top of my game, and the only way to do that is to get up there with the rest of them. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm going to do my own time, because I think it's just going to be good for me to just not get psyched out at all by seeing all of these absolutely phenomenal women. I just really want to stay in my own little protected bubble, because I just feel like that works for me. But I can't tell you how much the mindset shift has played a part in the latter success of this prep, because normally over the past like few weeks I'd have really been like talking down to myself and like beating myself up and just thinking I'm not good enough and I'm shit at this and this isn't good and da da da, and that's all I'd say, and like why are you even doing it, you wasted your money. Like that would be constant. I would be like a ringing in my ear. It's so hard because I love the sport so much, and it was hard that show day was the one thing that kind of like almost ruined it for me, even though posting is my favourite thing in the world. So I was constantly like this, but I will go into in another video why I am that way, because I've been working with a psychologist called Clara and she's been absolutely amazing. So I will go into everything like that in another video, and I have actually recorded a bit so I can just attach it. But yeah, it's been a very long day. We are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are 5 days out from my pro debut. Oh my god. So I've got a little bit of work to do now. I'm also going to jump in the shower and then I'm going to get to bed. I've tried to hold out until this time. One, because I'm still trying to eat, and there's oats are just taking their sweet time to go down because I've got no appetite, probably because of the time in the morning it is. But yeah, that, and also I'm trying to like climatize to the time zone, so if I go to bed at like 10 o'clock this time I should be, you know, on track for getting up at, you know, my normal 5 o'clock Texas time in the morning. But yeah, so guys, I will vlog what we get up to tomorrow at 4 days out, and we will put it all together in this video. Good morning guys, it is 9 minutes past 3 in Texas right now, or 10 minutes past 3, and I don't know if you can see that there. And we are starting off the morning routine a couple hours earlier than normal. So what I'm going to do is exfoliate my face, put some cream on, put some oil on my eyebrows. I'm going to pop my watch on because otherwise I will forget it and we can't afford to lose any steps. And then I am going to take my vitamins and whatnot, and then we will be writing down the plan for the day. I always start the day by writing down, well, actually to be honest I normally end the day by writing down what I'm going to do the next day, but I was too tired yesterday, so I know I've got work to catch up on, but I've also got to train. Food's got to be prepped. I don't know what the plan is for food today. I've got to do my check-in with Josh in a little bit, so I'll show you guys that as well. But yeah, so just gotta write my intentions for the day and make sure I hit them as early as possible so that I can just chill, because I'm very, very tired. And the other thing that I do is just make sure I drink at least 500 ml of water first thing in the morning, because I hate water. I hate having to drink so much. And to be honest, I only drink 3 litres, so it's not even so much, but to me it is. So that's a good way to just kick-start the day. First, my face. Did you set an alarm, Josh, or did you just wake up?
I set an alarm, yeah, otherwise I'd fucking
I'm not going to eat for a while, so yeah, I'll definitely... Oh no, because I'm going to start drinking actually. But if I'd have left it a little bit longer, I probably would have been later. But 0.1 down after all that, and 2 massive bowls of oats, which honestly was so hard to eat that. It just took me ages. Like, no. So yeah, I obviously I've enjoyed the first one, got halfway through the second one and I was just like, yes guys, so starting off with the morning routine, I exfoliated my face,
Did a bit of moisturising, castor oil on the brows, and then we moved on to my check-in. So I checked in with Josh, then came over here and just did an extra video just to refine the posing, make any tweaks that I feel need to be made, and just refine it that little bit more. Once I'd had the plan for the day, I then went and prepped a couple of meals, and to be honest, to most people that's going to look like a really sad excuse for a meal. However, and the fact that I'm, eating it off a lid just makes it even more, sad. But do you know what? At this point in prep, you don't care. Everything tastes amazing, and I was very much enjoying my little beef mince meal. So 5:30 a.m. we've completed a lot in this very short period of time in the day, but I had a posing call pre-show to run over my best friend and also my posing coach client, Lori. So we went over a quarter turns, and we also went over posing for NPC. So she has done absolutely phenomenal this season. So she won both her regionals, won the overall. She then did the Europa Pro, won her class but missed out on the IFBB Pro card. She went to France, won her class, just missed out on the card. She went to Italy, she didn't win her class on that one but still brought an absolutely phenomenal look. She then went to Hungary, she won her class, missed out on the card, and this weekend she is in Germany, and I am just crossing all my fingers and all my toes that she ends the season the way she intended. But regardless, I am so proud of it, and how good does she look? Absolutely phenomenal. So I then headed to the gym, did a cardio session. I wasn't actually planning to do this, but Josh gave me the nod. I'm very antsy, and I just like to, push when I feel like I can push, and I felt amazing. So that's what we did, and I went to Walmart and then headed back.
Guys, I can't even record a video outside. Do you see the steam on the screen? That is literally the humidity.
I then had a call with my sports psychologist, Clara, who I have mentioned previously, but honestly, she is the reason why I was able to perform the way I did on stage this year, and I will get into it a little bit more, but here's an insight into our conversation pre-show.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting to be catching up with you. Like, you're in Texas already? How the hell did, the weeks just go by and now we're here?
I know, it's crazy. I feel like I've been that busy that I've not even... I feel like I blinked and the prep was over. It's so weird.
That's absolutely mental. And you've got at least, until mid-September to go now between shows, right?
Yeah, but I can't tell you how much of a difference it's made just by, one, not allowing myself to say the buts, I want to be one of the best, or I want to do really well, but, and my little safety net. So taking that away has been massive, because the more I'm actually saying it as though one, it's happened, or just two, without the little thing at the end, I'm starting to believe it more myself, which is nice, instead of just telling myself negative things all the time. And just I feel like I can really rationalise now. I feel like every time I think about it, I just do the, I'm noticing that I'm feeling da 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 da, I'm noticing that I'm feeling da da da, and it just really just brings me back down, and I'm I'm fine. So I don't know. It's been good. There's been a couple of times, but that I've been a little bit teary, but overall it's been positive. So this is my little makeshift desk. I've got the table ledge and a pillow, so it does the job.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I love that we're in the same time zone for once.
I know. I'm sorry that I feel terrible about the heat for you.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Yesterday when I went out at midday for the first time, I felt like I was in a sunbed. You know when you've just got hot air just blowing at you? I was just
yeah, and it's wet. The air is so humid down there. It's South Texas is a different place.
The only thing about the hair flip is totally fine for your eye walk, but for transitions, there isn't time for hair flicks.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But so when you're doing your quarter turns, because you're already doing the transition where you step back, come to the front, and then come to the side, and that means you're already going to be a step behind everybody else that decides that they're just going to go straight to the side. So then to add another movement in is just a little bit too much. But we can go over it. I'll see what it looks like time-wise. But for your routine, for your eye walk, individual presentation, absolutely fine. Hello, good morning. Today on the agenda is first of all getting the carbs in earlier on, so that we can see whether we need more carbs later on in the day. That way we don't have to shovel too much in close to bedtime, because I can't really eat a lot in a short space of time. I physically don't have the capacity, as hungry as I am. So I'm pretty much writing down all of the water that I have, like included just what I'm drinking and also what's going into my core, so I can make sure I hit the 4 litres accurately. And then I've got to go to the gym, 30 minutes cardio, 20k steps. The cardio is also kind of my choice. It was planned for me to not do any cardio this week, but I feel really good, I feel really fresh, and I do know that I've got a little bit more to come off, so I just wanted to do 2 days of 30 minutes, just have my normality, feel like I'm pushing and I'm working for it type of thing. And to be honest, being on the stairs does not cause a great deal of inflammation for me. I pretty much stay the same whether I've rested or not. Maybe the weight goes down and I'll drop water from, you know, other places, but in terms of my legs, they don't really change. So, you know, the pros outweigh the cons in this instance, I felt. So not Joe, I always get Josh and Joe mixed up. Josh agreed. So yeah, we've got another day of cardio today, and then which is the second one and last one since arriving here. So after the cardio and the last pump session, before my pro debut is done, which I'll show you guys as well, I'm going to be heading to Walmart. I bought a little outfit yesterday, which was really cute. It was so cheap, but the bottoms fit perfectly, and of course my back is too wide, so if it doesn't fit now, it's definitely not going to fit by the time I get into off season. So I'm going to somehow try and like just swap the top covertly if I can. So yeah, do that. I need some talc, or baby powder should I say, for my sweaty feet, because they're sliding forward in the heels and I literally just can't cope with it. So I'm gonna get some baby powder, and then the last thing that I need to get is squash, you know, like a mini concentrated squash, because I physically can't drink 3 litres of water on its own. Even 1 day out, 2 days out, show day, whatever, I can't drink it. So yeah, so that's the plan. So as usual, I'm going to take you guys through the full day. I'll show you what I'm eating. I already had a core meal. Josh has actually thought that thinks that I might have an intolerance to dairy, so I am doing my test with Atlas Labs NPC 10 if you are using Atlas Labs, but I'm going to have my full test with Atlas when I get back home. But he noticed that I get like clogged, like is in like a little bit like, not necessarily wheezy, but I get a bit stuffy when I have like yogurt. So we've took out yogurt, we've took out whey, we've took out oats. So all the things that I love, we've taken out. So the only carbs that I'm having now is cream of rice and my mini tortillas and just beef mince. So keeping everything as the same as we possibly can. And then, you know, if I don't have any like issues with my sinuses or anything, and no bloating or anything like that, then we can pretty much guarantee that there's a dairy intolerance going on. So yeah. Yes guys, so I am going to take you through a leg session at 3 days out. We've just done some posing practice. Honestly, I'm struggling a little bit with the heel side of things, having a new pair of heels, but I've got a new style of heel and I've only had it for a couple of weeks, and honestly I am struggling a little bit to find my equilibrium with it, shall we say. So yeah, but I'm fine. I'm you know, this is my area of expertise. I can do this, it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, for now I'm just a little bit struggling, and I've got 3 days, so not ideal, but we're not stressing about it. It's going to be perfect, it's going to be fine. So, first exercise I did was that leg press. Very much glute focused. Oh, that's too high. Yeah, very much glute focused. I really like that machine. Normally I can't get the depth on these kind of horizontal leg presses. Oh, give me a break, guys. I literally can't. I can't even string a sentence together. Just about. Or I can just about. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so we're at Gold's Gym. Where about in Texas I am right now, I don't know, to be honest. But I will say at the end of the video, because I'll ask Josh. Josh, I don't know. So anyway, we did go to a different Gold's Gym yesterday. Wasn't impressed. This Gold's Gym is very good. I love the equipment. There's so much of it. It's really big. Likes the studio, not the best lighting as you saw, but it is what it is. But I always love to do a bit in the studio before I come to train, because what I've realised is as soon as I put my heels on, I straight away can identify if I've got any like niggles. So yesterday when I put my heels on, my soleus straight away was like, I was like, oh my god. And my lower back on my, well, kind of like my mid lat on my right hand side. Whereas today when I massaged that out yesterday, so I'll train and then I will stretch, roll, whatever I need to do to get rid of those pains. We'll put my heels on today, soleus, cool, mid, right lat, cool. Now it's my right calf and my lower back on my left side. Go figure. So after I've trained today, I will be rolling that out so that I don't have that come show day, because it gets to the point where it hurts to push back. It hurts to push back anyway, so we don't need any additional tension. And in terms of when my like mid back goes, I find it really hard to engage my abs in my poses. So, and I just can't afford that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it out and hopefully it will be sound for tomorrow, but I won't know until tomorrow.
A shadow. Nobody knew much about me or what I was doing or where I was, where all the other guys knew each other and they could watch each other year round. They could see which shape each other was in. They knew all about each other, but Dorian Yates, they didn't know. They just knew that every time this guy came over, he was kicking ass and winning contests and constantly improving. So it kept a little fear in their mind because they couldn't see me all year round. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. There could be a lot of pressure on me to maintain a certain physique because I'm Mr. Olympia or ex-Mr. Olympia. The greatest thing in life, the greatest freedom is when you don't give a fuck. I don't want people to say, oh, wow, that's a nice pretty physique. I want people to say, what the fuck is that?
We're going to head back to the apartment now. I've got one more cardio to have. I'm feeling good. I know I could be but I'm happy that this is the best I've literally done. So yeah, one more cardio, one pro-fats meal, and tomorrow it'll just be exactly the same again, but with a little bit more food.